the difference between an interior designer and an interior decorator. Things that confuse. Things that can confuse. Anyway, let's break it down in this video. Hello guys, welcome back to this video. Yay! Welcome back to another video from the Smile. I am so happy to be sharing and inspiring you guys. Today we are going to talk about the difference between an interior designer and an interior decorator. Whew, these things got me confused. By the way, if you haven't watched my story on my school dilemma, please go check it out. The link will probably be up here or down here. Oh my, it's confusing, but we're gonna break it down. Let's start off with the similarities. Now, the similarities are that an interior decorator is kind of like a subset of an interior designer, sort of. So an interior decorator just does partial of the work that an interior designer does. So an interior, is someone who doesn't need a credential. You don't need a credential, so you don't need to go to school. You can, but you don't need it to do your work. You don't need it to run your business. That's because it deals with kind of like the basic things, right? But then when it comes to an interior designer might even like demolish a wall or things like that. And you can't do that, like you don't have papers. What if the police comes for you? You need those papers to save you. So that's why I actually encourage interior designers to go to school. I think the main reason why I decided to go to school, even though like I really kind of knew where I was heading, was because I needed that certification just in case something happened. So I'm going to talk about the main differences between an interior designer and an interior decorator. I'll just read them to you because there are too many things, yeah? So an interior designer, as I said, you need to go to school to be called an interior designer. By the way, there are like rules and laws and stuff like that if you dare to call yourself an interior designer before you finish your school or before you have some sort of diploma or degree or whatsoever. I think some provinces like can get you arrested. I don't know. You guys need to read more, but I think there's some sort of something like that. So please be careful. Watch it. Watch yourselves. But for an interior decorator, no school needed. For an interior designer, it deals with also some sort of like architectural drawings and stuff like that. It deals with construction processes, so you get to learn, like especially if you're doing, and I'll bring another video, I guess it's the next video, types of interior designers. So if you're more of like a commercial designer, you would need to know the exits and all these things in case there's a fire or something. How would people get out of the building? You really need to think about so many things, right? Again, construction process can also deal with for example, as I was saying, if they need to, like, let's say remove this wall and make this and open something, I don't know, you need an interior designer. Yeah, you can't do that without an interior designer, or maybe a contractor or somebody who is able to do that. Again, an interior designer also does furniture, fixtures, equipment. They also do environmental impact. They need to learn about how does this impact the environment if I make this decision. So we always tend to choose alternatives that are going to be more impactful, and that are going to help with the whole environmental situation. Like for example, recycling, right? Antique things, like thrifting. Go do that instead of buying a new thing if it works, right? And then there is building codes, space planning, efficiency, health and safety, you know, and so much more, color, style, texture, blah blah blah, etc. And then for an interior decorator, it's all about just the furnishing, the color, the textile, the texture, accessories, you know, lighting, just few things. I don't even think they deal with lighting as big, like not even like the big lighting stuff, probably just little lighting fixtures like a floor lamp or, you know, that type of stuff. So those are the main differences between an interior designer and an interior decorator. Now for me, when I was confused, let me tell you why it's important for you to know. You need to reassess yourself as a designer and say, am I the crazy type of designer who would want like to you have these crazy ideas and you're like, removing this wall, doing this, you know, and you want to go on the commercial side of stuff, or even you want to stay in residential but you want to do big things, then I think interior designer is the best thing for you. But then if you're the type that just wants to do, you know, like nothing too crazy, just simple stuff like, you know, choosing texture of things, fabrics, you know, cushions, all this type of stuff, and pieces here and there, accessories, then interior decorator may be the best one for you. Not to say that one is higher than the other or better. You can be higher and better at anything, right? As long as you found your goal and your purpose. But it's always good to look and assess yourself first and say, what would I want to do? What does my schedule allow me to do? And what am I, you know, what risk am I taking here? Now me, you guys, I'm a crazy person. Me, I want to, when I look at a space, I'm like, you know, if we did this. And I looked at myself, I was like, girl, you are going for interior decorator, yet you're the type who, I'm literally the type who loves fixer-uppers. You guys, I love fixer-uppers. Like, I don't know, upper fixer upper. You guys, I always confuse that thing. But I love those things, like old houses and then renovating them. And in order to do those big renovations, you actually need to be an interior designer. Okay, you do not need to be an interior designer. You can do it on your own too, but it would be safe, especially if you're doing it for somebody else. Yeah. So those are the main differences between interior designer and interior decorator. I hope these points helped you, and I hope now you can make a better choice between the two. Thank you so much for watching this, and by the way, I am Decorators, the owner and founder of the Smile Sanitary Design business. So please stay tuned, you know, for all the other videos that are gonna be coming. Like, share, and subscribe. And as I always say, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.